Across our planet, in every untouched wilderness, a silent yet profound drama unfolds with the rising sun. Beneath the golden haze of dawn, life stirs in anticipation, each creature poised for the relentless contest that defines existence in the wild. This is the story of survival, a ceaseless, intricate dance between predator and prey where every movement, every breath is a calculated risk. In the tall grass, a lioness melts into the shadows, her muscles coiled with patience, while a herd of zebras grazes, ears flicking, ever alert to the faintest whisper of danger. These are not tales of cruelty, but of balance and necessity, an ancient equilibrium shaped by millions of years of evolution. The hunters of the animal kingdom are masterpieces of adaptation, each equipped with specialized skills and strategies honed for survival in the world's most unforgiving environments. From the sun-scorched plains of Africa, where the air shimmers with heat and dust, to the icy, inky depths of the ocean, where sharks glide in silence, these creatures display intelligence, power, and resilience beyond imagination. Every day, the wild is a living tapestry of interconnected lives. Elephants carve paths through dense forests, shaping the land for countless other species. Wolves, working in silent coordination, test the boundaries of a herd, seeking the weak or unwary, while vultures circle high above, ever watchful for the outcome of the chase. Each animal has evolved a unique arsenal for the hunt. Eagles, with talons like steel, strike from the sky with pinpoint precision. Crocodiles, ancient and patient, lurk beneath the water's surface, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash their explosive power. Lions charge with raw force, while cheetahs become living arrows, their bodies streamlined for a single breathtaking burst of speed. Some rely on the strength of the group, a social bond that transforms individuals into a formidable collective. African wild dogs communicate with subtle glances and whimpers, executing complex strategies to outmaneuver their prey. Wolves in the frozen north weave through the snow, each member playing a vital role in the hunt. Leopards, masters of stealth, vanish into the undergrowth, while raptors dive with lethal accuracy. The strategies are as varied as the landscapes themselves. In the dense jungle, a herd navigates a treacherous river, wary of hidden dangers below. As twilight falls, a lion pride becomes a single, silent entity, advancing through the grass with ghostly precision, their senses attuned to every sound and scent. The cheetah's chase is a spectacle of pure energy, muscles rippling, claws digging into the earth, eyes locked on a single target. Wild dogs, relentless and tireless, run in perfect formation, their unity a force of nature that few can escape. Yet the battle for survival is not limited to the hunt. Lionesses nurture their cubs in hidden dens, teaching them the skills they will need to thrive. Hyenas, fierce and cunning, clash over scarce resources as storms roll across the savannah, lightning illuminating the struggle for dominance. Our journey will take us to legendary landscapes, into the labyrinthine waterways of the Okavango Delta, where annual floods transform the land into a vibrant mosaic of life, and across the arid plains of Zakuma, where survival depends on ancient migratory routes and the wisdom of the herd. Here the hunted are as formidable as the hunters. The Cape buffalo, with its impenetrable wall of horns, stands defiant against the pride. The Kordofan giraffe, towering and graceful, browses high in the acacia, ever vigilant for the flicker of movement below. Every encounter is a test of strategy and instinct, a moment where the fate of predator and prey is decided in the blink of an eye. By observing these fierce and intricate battles, we witness the profound interconnectedness of all life, each species shaping and being shaped by the world around it. In these wild arenas, the unseen battles for survival are not just about life and death, but about the delicate balance that sustains entire ecosystems. Here, every animal, every plant, every breath of wind plays a part in the grand, ongoing story of nature's resilience and wonder. Across the wild expanses of the animal kingdom, power, pride, and family are woven into the very fabric of survival. From the African grasslands to dense forests and open plains, every species has evolved its own intricate social structures and alliances. In lion prides, the imposing male is often seen as the figurehead, but true influence lies deeper. The pride's strength is a collective force, shaped by complex relationships and shifting hierarchies. Lionesses form the core of the pride, their bonds forged through kinship and cooperation. These alliances are not unique to lions. Across the animal world, females often anchor social groups, from elephant matriarchs to wolf packs led by dominant females. In elephants, the oldest female leads her family, guiding them to water and safety. In hyena clans, females dominate, with intricate social ladders determining access to food and mates. Power is not always about brute strength. In meerkat mobs, sentinels take turns watching for danger, while others forage or care for pups. Cooperation ensures survival, and trust is the currency of the group. In the wild, alliances can be fleeting or lifelong. Male lions may form coalitions with brothers or unrelated males, working together to seize and defend a pride. In dolphins, alliances between males can last decades, helping them compete for mates and territory. Family structures are equally diverse. In wolf packs, a dominant pair leads, while offspring from several years may remain to help raise new pups. In baboon troops, rank is inherited, and mothers fiercely defend their young's place in the hierarchy. Rivalries are ever present. In chimpanzee communities, power struggles erupt as ambitious individuals challenge leaders, forging and breaking alliances in a constant dance for dominance. In the savannah, lionesses rely on teamwork to bring down formidable prey. In the ocean, orca pods coordinate with astonishing precision, using unique hunting techniques passed down through generations. Some species, like African wild dogs, display extraordinary unity. Each member has a role, and the pack's success depends on seamless collaboration and mutual care for the young and injured. In contrast, solitary predators like leopards and tigers rely on stealth and independence, but even they form temporary alliances. Mothers fiercely protect cubs, and siblings may stay together for a time before venturing out alone. Social bonds are reinforced through grooming, play, and shared meals. In primates, grooming cements friendships and alliances, while in birds like ravens, cooperative play strengthens group cohesion. Hierarchies are maintained through ritualized displays and subtle cues. In gorilla troops, a silverback's authority is signaled by chest beating and protective behavior, while in meerkats, dominance is asserted through scent marking and posture. Displacement and exile are common. Young male lions are eventually forced out, forming bachelor groups or seeking new prides. In elephant herds, young males leave to join loose bachelor groups, learning from older bulls. Battles for dominance can be fierce and costly. In bison herds, males clash head-to-head for breeding rights. In ant colonies, rival queens may fight to the death for control. Territoriality is a universal theme. Wolves mark boundaries with scent, while gibbons sing duets to announce their presence. In the savannah, a lion's roar is both a warning and a claim. The future of every group depends on the next generation. In orangutans, mothers invest years in teaching their young. In meerkats, older siblings help feed and protect pups. Secrecy and protection are vital. Many species hide their young from predators. Cheetah mothers move cubs frequently, while crocodile mothers guard hatchlings with ferocity. Communal care is widespread. In naked mole rat colonies, workers tend to the queen's pups. In penguin colonies, adults huddle together to shield chicks from the cold. Play is more than fun. It teaches vital skills and strengthens social ties. Young animals spar, chase, and mimic adults, preparing for the challenges ahead. In some species, mothers will nurse each other's young, blurring the lines of individual parenthood for the good of the group. This selfless behavior is seen in bats, wild dogs, and even some rodents. Displays of power, whether a lion's roar, a gorilla's chest beat, or a peacock's fan, are declarations of status, intent, and unity. They shape the destinies of individuals and entire groups. In the end, the animal kingdom's power dynamics, pride, and family structures are as varied as the species themselves. Through rivalry and alliance, cooperation and competition, life endures, each group bound by the timeless struggle for survival. In the wild, every heartbeat is a countdown. For some, survival is a matter of strength in numbers, like the lion, whose power and teamwork turn the savannah into a chessboard of strategy and force. But for others, the race is solitary and urgent. The cheetah, Africa's lone sprinter, is locked in a relentless battle against the clock, relying on a single extraordinary adaptation: speed. The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth, a living testament to nature's engineering. Its body is a symphony of adaptations: lightweight bones, powerful muscles, and a heart built for explosive acceleration. Its elongated, aerodynamic frame, ultra-flexible spine, and long, balancing tail work in perfect harmony, propelling it from 0 to over 100 kilometers per hour in mere seconds. Even its claws are specialized, semi-retractable, acting like cleats to grip the earth, giving the cheetah unmatched traction as it launches into its high-stakes pursuit. This arsenal of adaptations allows the cheetah to close the gap on its prey with breathtaking speed, turning the open plains into a stage for one of nature's most dramatic chases. Each hunt is a spectacle of precision and urgency. The cheetah's window of opportunity is measured in seconds. If it fails to catch its quarry quickly, the chase is lost. To avoid the threat of nocturnal hunters, cheetahs hunt in the heat of day, using the harsh sunlight to their advantage and minimizing encounters with lions and hyenas. Every decision is critical. The cheetah scans for the weakest link, a young or injured gazelle, a distracted antelope, knowing that a single mistake could mean wasted energy and empty bellies. The stalk is a masterclass in patience. Using every blade of grass for cover, the cheetah inches closer, heart pounding, muscles coiled for the explosive burst to come. Then, in a flash, the chase erupts. The cheetah becomes a blur, every muscle straining, every second precious. The outcome is decided in less than half a minute. But this superpower comes at a steep price. The cheetah's body overheats rapidly, and after a sprint, it collapses, gasping for air, utterly spent. Its temperature soars dangerously high, and it can only maintain top speed for a few hundred meters before risking collapse, a razor-thin margin between triumph and disaster. This is why every chase is calculated. The cheetah must judge distance, terrain, and the prey's alertness, knowing that a failed attempt could mean starvation. If the odds turn against it, the cheetah will abandon the pursuit, conserving its limited reserves for another chance, because in nature wasted energy can be fatal. Even victory is fraught with peril. After a successful hunt, the cheetah is at its most vulnerable, exhausted, exposed, and surrounded by the ever-present threat of thieves. In these moments, the cheetah's acute senses are its only defense, scanning the horizon for the telltale shapes of approaching rivals. With a solitary success rate of just 30%, the cheetah's greatest challenge is not the hunt itself, but holding on to its hard-won meal. Larger predators, drawn by the sounds and scent of the kill, often arrive within minutes. Lions and hyenas, with their brute strength and numbers, force the cheetah to retreat. In the Masai Mara, cheetahs can lose up to half their kills to these relentless scavengers, a devastating blow for an animal that lives on the edge. To tip the odds, some male cheetahs form coalitions, tight-knit groups, often of brothers, that hunt and defend together. Working as a team, they can tackle larger prey and stand a better chance against would-be thieves, their cooperation a rare exception in the cheetah world. In these coalitions, success rates soar, and the spoils of victory are more likely to be enjoyed rather than stolen. For the solitary female, the stakes are even higher. She must hunt while her cubs remain hidden, vulnerable to eagles, jackals, and leopards. Each hunt is a gamble: leave the cubs exposed or risk returning empty-handed. The margin for error is vanishingly small. The cheetah's life is a relentless race, a race to catch prey, a race to eat before the scavengers arrive, a race to keep its young alive. In the world's wildest places, survival is measured in seconds. For the cheetah and for countless other creatures, every day is a race against time. where only the most finely tuned adaptations and the sharpest instincts can tip the balance between life and death. In the wild, survival often depends not just on strength or speed, but on the power of cooperation. Across the animal kingdom, complex social structures and collaborative strategies have evolved, enabling species to thrive in challenging environments. While lions rely on coordinated group hunts and cheetahs on solitary speed, the African wild dog stands out for its remarkable teamwork and endurance. These painted wolves are among the most efficient hunters, boasting a success rate of over 80%, one of the highest in the animal kingdom. Their secret lies in intricate communication, coordination, and a powerful social bond that unites the pack. Despite weighing only around 30 kilograms, wild dogs target prey much larger than themselves, such as impala and wildebeest, relying on endurance and group tactics. Before a hunt, the pack engages in a ritual of vocalizations and tail wags, reinforcing unity and excitement, a rare display of social cohesion among predators. Unlike the cheetah's explosive sprint, wild dogs pursue prey over vast distances, taking turns at the lead to conserve energy and maintain relentless pressure. This relay-like strategy ensures the quarry is worn down, rarely given a chance to rest. The pack's coordination is extraordinary, with members signaling through subtle ear, tail, and body movements to adjust tactics mid-chase. Through these signals and calls, they herd prey, block escape routes, and adapt to evasive maneuvers, demonstrating intelligence and flexibility. Once the prey is exhausted, the pack executes a swift, efficient kill, minimizing suffering, a hallmark of evolutionary refinement. After the hunt, wild dogs display a rare social behavior. The youngest members feed first, and aggression over food is minimal. This cooperative feeding ensures the survival of the next generation and strengthens the pack's social fabric. Such altruism is rare among predators, setting wild dogs apart in the animal world. The pack also cares for sick or injured members, bringing food to those unable to hunt, a profound example of animal empathy and cooperation. This deep sense of community ensures the pack's resilience, allowing them to raise pups and thrive despite competition from larger predators. Beyond wild dogs, animal cooperation takes many forms. Dolphins hunt in pods, herding fish with synchronized movements. Meerkats employ sentinels to watch for danger, while others forage. Army ants form living bridges and work as a superorganism, overwhelming prey with sheer numbers. Chimpanzees coordinate group hunts and share food, while elephants display empathy, working together to protect and rescue herd members. Even across species, cooperation flourishes. Cleaner fish remove parasites from larger fish, and oxpeckers feed on ticks from buffalo, benefiting both parties. These intricate relationships shape entire ecosystems, enhancing survival, promoting biodiversity, and maintaining ecological balance. In nature, cooperation is not just a strategy, it is a symphony, orchestrated over millions of years, ensuring the resilience and success of life on Earth. In the heart of southern Africa, the Okavango Delta emerges as a living tapestry, an inland oasis where water and sand collide in a spectacle of survival. Each year, floodwaters from the Angolan highlands journey for months, spilling into the Kalahari's arid embrace. Over 15,000 square kilometers of parched earth are reborn as a labyrinth of islands, lagoons, and floodplains, an ever-shifting stage for nature's fiercest dramas. Here, land and water are locked in a perpetual dance, shaping the destinies of every creature. Predators and prey alike must adapt to the delta's mercurial moods. Lions, the undisputed rulers, have evolved powerful forelimbs and broad paws to stalk through flooded reeds, launching ambushes on massive Cape buffalo. Leopards, solitary and cunning, use the islands as lookout posts, their muscular builds and splayed paws perfect for silent movement across the mud. For cheetahs, the delta's sodden ground is a formidable obstacle, blunting their legendary speed and forcing them to rely on stealth and patience. African wild dogs, however, thrive here. Packs coordinate with uncanny precision, using shallow waters to corner and exhaust their quarry, a rare advantage in a world where their numbers dwindle. Far to the north, Zakuma National Park in Chad stands as a sanctuary at the crossroads of desert and savanna, where the harshness of the Sahara meets the promise of greener lands. Zakuma's West African lions, smaller and genetically distinct, have adapted to the relentless heat with minimal manes. They hunt in tight-knit prides, relying on ambush tactics at the few remaining waterholes, where antelope gather in desperate search for relief. The park is also the last stronghold for the critically endangered Kordofan giraffe. These gentle giants, smaller than their southern relatives, move in loose herds, browsing on acacia leaves and relying on the park's protection for survival. With a gestation period of 15 months, every calf is precious. Their slow recovery is mirrored by the land itself. Zakuma's wilderness, once ravaged by poaching, now pulses with renewed life as wildlife returns to its restored heart. Elephants, once nearly lost, now roam the savanna again. Herds of antelope, giraffe, and lion interact in a delicate balance, each species adapting to the shifting seasons and the ever-present challenge of survival. Zakuma and the Okavango Delta, two wild frontiers where nature's fiercest battles are fought not just between predator and prey, but against the elements themselves. Across the vast African plains and winding rivers, a remarkable array of predators has evolved, each perfectly tuned to the challenges of their environment. These hunters, from stealthy ambush specialists to agile aerial acrobats, shape the very fabric of the ecosystems they inhabit. Beyond the iconic lions and painted wolves, a multitude of lesser-known hunters employ ingenious strategies to secure their next meal. Each predator, no matter its size, plays a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of life on the plains and in the rivers. In the waterways, the Nile crocodile reigns as a master of patience and power. This ancient reptile, unchanged for millions of years, is a living relic of the age of dinosaurs. Growing over 5 meters in length and weighing more than 680 kilograms, the crocodile's formidable size is matched only by its stealth. Camouflaged among reeds and debris, the crocodile waits motionless, its body blending seamlessly with the water's surface. Prey animals, driven by thirst, approach the river's edge with caution. Many have learned to scan the water for the telltale outline of a lurking predator, but even the most vigilant can fall victim to the crocodile's patience. In a sudden burst, the crocodile explodes from the water, its jaws clamping down with bone-crushing force. The element of surprise is its greatest weapon, often leaving prey with little chance to escape. To subdue large animals, the crocodile employs the infamous death roll, spinning its massive body to tear flesh and disorient its catch. This technique is both efficient and terrifying, ensuring the crocodile's dominance in aquatic ambush. As a top predator, the crocodile's presence regulates populations of herbivores and other prey, preventing overgrazing and maintaining the health of riverine habitats. Sharing these waters is the hippopotamus, a giant herbivore whose sheer size and aggression make it a formidable force. Though not a predator, the hippo's territorial nature influences the behavior of all who share its domain. Hippos wield tusks up to 50 centimeters long, using them in fierce battles for territory. Their unpredictable aggression keeps predators at bay and shapes the movement patterns of other animals. As they graze and move, hippos carve channels through wetlands, altering water flow and creating habitats for fish, birds, and countless smaller creatures. Their ecological impact is profound, engineering the very landscape. On the open plains, smaller hunters like jackals and mongooses rely on speed, cunning, and teamwork. Jackals often hunt in pairs, coordinating their movements to outmaneuver swift prey, while mongooses use agility and sharp senses to catch insects and small vertebrates. The caracal, with its striking tufted ears, is a solitary stalker. Its keen hearing allows it to detect the faintest sounds of movement in the grass. In a display of extraordinary athleticism, the caracal can leap over 3 meters into the air, snatching birds in flight with astonishing precision. This unique hunting style targets prey that many other predators cannot reach. The serval, another feline specialist, is equipped with oversized ears that function as highly sensitive radar. It listens for the faint rustle of rodents and insects hidden in the grass. With a sudden vertical leap, sometimes over 1.8 meters, the serval lands directly on its prey. Its high hunting success rate makes it a key controller of rodent populations, benefiting the entire ecosystem. Even animals not typically seen as hunters, such as baboons, occasionally display opportunistic predatory behavior, targeting small mammals or birds when the chance arises. These flexible strategies help them survive in changing conditions. Chimpanzees, though primarily frugivorous, are known for their complex, coordinated hunts. Working together, they pursue agile prey like red colobus monkeys, using teamwork and communication to outwit their quarry. The spoils of these hunts are shared among the group, reinforcing social bonds and alliances. Such behaviors highlight the intricate social dynamics that underpin successful hunting in some species. From the silent ambush of the crocodile to the acrobatic leaps of the caracal and the coordinated strategies of chimpanzees, Africa's hunters are as diverse as the landscapes they inhabit. Their unique adaptations and interactions with prey not only ensure their survival, but also drive the evolution and health of entire ecosystems, weaving a complex web of life across the plains and rivers. The art of predation extends far beyond the familiar savannas and forests, reaching into the planet's most unusual and extreme realms, where rare hunters have evolved to master their unique domains. In the abyssal depths of the ocean, where sunlight never penetrates, the gulper eel and the elusive giant squid reign as shadowy predators. Here, food is scarce, and survival depends on patience, bioluminescence, and jaws that can engulf prey nearly as large as themselves. High in the world's most forbidding mountains, the snow leopard and the Andean mountain cat prowl sheer cliffs and icy slopes. Their hunting grounds are vertical labyrinths, where agility and stealth are the keys to ambushing nimble prey like blue sheep and mountain viscatchers. On the island of Madagascar, the fossa, a lithe cat-like predator, hunts lemurs through tangled rainforest canopies, while the nocturnal eye and tenrec exploit the darkness to hunt insects and small vertebrates, weaving a complex web of predation unique to this isolated ecosystem. In South America's wild heart, the giant anteater uses its powerful claws to breach termite mounds, while the maned wolf stalks rodents in the tall grass. Deep in the Amazon, bush dogs, rare and secretive, hunt in packs, taking down prey much larger than themselves. Australia's predators are equally unusual. The Tasmanian devil and spotted-tailed quoll are fierce nocturnal hunters and scavengers, while the saltwater crocodile, the world's largest reptilian predator, lurks in brackish mangrove swamps, ambushing anything that ventures too close. In the frozen north, the wolverine, small but immensely strong, drags entire carcasses across the tundra, while the Arctic fox and stoat use camouflage and cunning to hunt rodents beneath the snow. The rivers of the Amazon teem with predators adapted to murky waters. The electric eel stuns its prey with powerful shocks, the kangaroo catfish ambushes from the riverbed, and piranhas attack in frenzied schools, stripping flesh in seconds. In the frigid Antarctic, the leopard seal is a formidable hunter, preying on penguins and young seals beneath the ice, while the giant petrel scours the shore for carrion, playing a vital role in the polar food web. In the highlands of Central Asia, the golden eagle and the bearded vulture, or lammergeier, dominate the skies. The eagle's speed and power allow it to snatch hares and marmots, while the lammergeier specializes in feeding on bone, dropping them from great heights to shatter them open. In the deepest ocean trenches, the anglerfish and viperfish use bioluminescent lures and needle-like teeth to ensnare unsuspecting prey, while the gulper shark glides through the darkness, preying on anything it can swallow whole. Each of these rare hunters is perfectly adapted to its unusual realm, forming intricate food webs that sustain the balance of life in even the harshest environments. From the shadowy ocean abyss to the windswept mountain peaks, from tangled rainforests to frozen tundra and icy seas, these extraordinary predators ensure the vitality and diversity of their hidden worlds, each a testament to nature's boundless ingenuity. Far from the African plains, at the southern tip of Florida, the Everglades stretches out, a living tapestry of water, grass, and life, where every thread is tightly woven into the next. This is not a swamp, but a slow-moving river of grass, where the water's gentle flow shapes the fate of every creature that calls it home. Once, the Everglades spanned a vast expanse, but now only half remains. As the wetlands shrink, the animals within are forced into ever tighter quarters, their ancient migration routes severed, their breeding grounds vanishing. The slow disappearance of fresh water has left alligators stranded in isolated pools, their bellowing calls echoing across cracked mud where water once flowed. Fish populations dwindle, and wading birds, once numbering in the thousands, now search desperately for shrinking feeding grounds. The loss of water is a silent catastrophe. Sawgrass, wilts, and apple snails, the main food for the endangered snail kite, struggle to survive. The kites, in turn, abandon their nests, their chicks left vulnerable to starvation. As salt water creeps inland, freshwater marshes turn brackish. Amphibians, exquisitely sensitive to salinity, perish in droves. The chorus of frogs that once filled the night air falls silent, a warning of a system pushed to its limits. Hurricanes, now more frequent and intense, rip through the wetlands. Nesting birds cling to battered trees, while panthers and deer seek high ground, their habitats shredded by wind and flood. Some species, like the roseate spoonbill, have learned to nest higher, adapting in a desperate bid for survival. Invasive predators, like the Burmese python, slip silently through the undergrowth. Marsh rabbits and raccoons, once abundant, have all but vanished from some areas, their populations decimated by these relentless hunters. The python's presence has triggered a cascade. Fewer small mammals mean fewer prey for native raptors and bobcats, the balance tips and the web of life phrase. Yet, in rare pockets where water returns, a miracle unfolds. Dormant seeds burst to life, and fish spawn in the newly flooded sloughs. Alligators carve out new gator holes, creating oases that sustain turtles, birds, and even the elusive Florida panther. Some species cling to existence on the edge. The ghost orchid, pollinated by a single species of moth, blooms in secret, its survival a testament to the fragile interdependence of life here. The American alligator, once nearly extinct, now engineers the landscape, its gator holes providing refuge during drought. River otters, playful and resilient, adapt to shifting channels, while the anhinga, undeterred, spears fish in the murky water. The West Indian manatee, gentle and slow-moving, seeks out the last warm springs, its survival hanging on the delicate balance of temperature and water clarity. In this world on the brink, every animal's struggle and every rare success story is a signal of resilience, of fragility, and of the razor's edge on which the Everglades now stands. The fate of this ecosystem and all who dwell within it hangs in the balance. As we conclude our journey through nature's fiercest battles, we are reminded that every creature, from the lion stalking the savannah at dusk to the orca navigating the vast blue, is a testament to the intricate balance of life on Earth. Each animal's story is a thread in the tapestry of our planet, and their survival is deeply intertwined with our own. Consider the lion, whose strength and strategy shape the savannah, or the crocodile, whose patience maintains the delicate balance of river ecosystems. These predators are not just hunters, they are guardians of biodiversity, ensuring that only the fittest thrive and that the cycle of life continues unbroken. The wolf, moving silently through ancient forests, keeps herbivore populations in check, allowing new growth to flourish. The orca, with its remarkable intelligence and teamwork, orchestrates the rhythm of the ocean, shaping entire marine communities. Their stories are not only about survival, but about the resilience and adaptability that define the wild. Across the globe, sanctuaries like the Okavango Delta and Zakuma National Park stand as living proof of what can be achieved when we protect wild spaces. Here, elephants carve ancient paths through wetlands, and rare antelopes find refuge, their populations rebounding thanks to dedicated conservation efforts. In the Everglades, the return of the manatee and the resilience of the Kordofan giraffe in Chad are conservation successes that inspire hope. These animals, once on the brink, now symbolize the power of restoration and the impact of science-driven action. Yet these victories are fragile. The manatee's gentle glide through clear waters and the giraffe's quiet browsing are only possible because their habitats have been fiercely protected. Their continued survival depends on our vigilance and commitment. The challenges are immense. Poaching, deforestation and wildfires threaten to unravel the progress we have made. Each loss is a warning, a reminder that the balance can tip in an instant. Climate change accelerates the melting of glaciers and the spread of invasive species, while urban encroachment pushes cheetahs and countless others to the edge. These are not distant problems, they are urgent realities that demand our immediate attention. But there is hope. The restoration of wetlands, the revival of rivers, and the return of endangered species show us what is possible when we act with purpose and unity. Every effort, no matter how small, contributes to the healing of our planet. Around the world, the snow leopard's silent leap in the mountains, the Amur tiger's resurgence in the forests, and the Philippine eagle's flight above the rainforest are living proof that dedicated conservation can turn the tide for even the rarest species. In the oceans, vibrant coral reefs and the return of sea turtles and sharks signal the resilience of nature when given a chance to recover. These stories are not just about animals. They are about the possibility of renewal and the promise of a better future. The dance of the red-crowned crane, the grazing of bison on restored prairies, and the migration of monarch butterflies across continents are reminders of the wonders we stand to lose, and the beauty we can still protect. The jaguar's silent passage through the Amazon, the pangolin's armored defense, and the saiga antelope's race across the steppe are urgent calls to action. Their survival depends on our choices. Today and every day, the fate of the polar bear on melting ice, the orangutan in vanishing forests, and the rhino in misty grasslands rests in our hands. We must act now with resolve and compassion to safeguard their future and our own. This is our call to action. Protecting the wild is not just a moral duty, it is a necessity for our survival. Let us champion the cause of every creature, defend every habitat, and ensure that the story of life on Earth continues to unfold in all its diversity and wonder. The responsibility is ours, and together we can rise to meet it. Gap 2s. As the sun dips below the horizon, a new world awakens, one cloaked in darkness and alive with silent struggles. In the nocturnal realm, the rules of survival shift, and unique adaptations emerge as animals navigate the shadowy battlegrounds of the night. Beneath the canopy of a moonlit rainforest, the eye silently scours tree bark, its elongated middle finger tapping and probing for wood-boring grubs. Its oversized ears catch the faintest echoes, while its eyes, wide and unblinking, pierce the gloom. Yet the eye is not alone. The fossa, Madagascar's elusive apex predator, stalks the same darkness, its flexible ankles and keen sense of smell, allowing it to hunt both in the trees and on the ground. In this silent duel, every sound could mean life or death. Across the African savanna, the night brings out the stealthy serval. With oversized ears swiveling to catch the tiniest rustle, it listens for rodents beneath the grass. A single leap, swift and precise, can mean a meal, but danger lurks as well. The serval itself must evade larger nocturnal predators like hyenas, whose powerful jaws and acute night vision turn them into relentless hunters when the world is asleep. In the Australian outback, the tawny frogmouth blends perfectly with tree limbs, its mottled feathers rendering it invisible to both prey and predators. Its wide gape snaps up unsuspecting moths and beetles drawn to faint starlight. But the night is also home to the greater bilby, whose long ears dissipate heat and detect distant movements. Its keen sense of smell guides it to underground insects, but it must remain vigilant. Owls and feral cats patrol these same shadows. The ocean, too, transforms under the veil of darkness. The blanket octopus unfurls its iridescent web, creating a shimmering shield against prowling predators like the deep-sea lancetfish. Bioluminescent flashes betray both hunter and hunted, as squid and lanternfish engage in a nightly ballet of evasion and pursuit, each adapting to the ever-shifting light and shadow. In the forests of North America, the great horned owl reigns supreme. Its feathers are engineered for silent flight, allowing it to ambush rabbits and voles with lethal precision. Meanwhile, the flying squirrel glides from branch to branch, its patagium catching the cool night air. It forages for nuts, always wary of the owl's piercing gaze from above. These nocturnal battles are defined by adaptations honed over millennia, heightened senses, silent movement, and specialized hunting techniques. Every night, the struggle for survival continues unseen as predator and prey alike navigate the delicate balance of life in the dark. Here, in the world of shadows, nature's ingenuity is on full display, proof that the fight for survival never truly sleeps. The night belongs to those who have mastered its mysteries, each creature a testament to resilience and adaptation in the eternal dance of life. In the most unforgiving corners of our planet, life persists against all odds, each moment a testament to extraordinary adaptation and resilience. Here, in the world's harshest environments, survival is not just a daily challenge, it is a relentless test of ingenuity. Beneath the burning sun of the Namib Desert, the fog-basking beetle begins its daily ritual. As dawn breaks, it ascends a dune crest, lifting its body to the breeze. Tiny droplets condense on its shell, rolling down into its waiting mouth. While larger animals retreat from the heat, the sidewinder snake carves a winding path across the scalding sand, lifting segments of its body to minimize contact and conserve precious moisture. In this parched expanse, every drop of water is a victory, every movement a calculation. Far to the north, the Arctic tundra stretches in frozen silence. Here, the Arctic fox dons a thick white coat, blending seamlessly into snowdrifts. It trails the footsteps of polar bears, scavenging leftovers from a recent seal hunt. When food is scarce, it tunnels beneath the snow, listening for the faint scurry of lemmings. Above, the snowy owl glides silently, its sharp vision piercing the endless twilight, striking with precision at unsuspecting prey. Descending into the abyssal plains of the deep ocean, sunlight fades to eternal night. The gulper eel swims in slow, deliberate motions, its massive, hinged jaws ready to engulf prey much larger than itself. Nearby, the yeti crab cultivates gardens of bacteria on its hairy claws, harvesting its own food in a world where nutrients are rare. Here, life converges around hydrothermal vents, oases of warmth and chemical energy. Giant tube worms thrive in complete darkness, drawing sustenance from symbiotic bacteria, while predatory amphipods prowl the mineral-rich plumes. In each of these extreme realms, unique strategies emerge: camouflage, cooperation, and resourcefulness. The fennec fox's oversized ears radiate heat, allowing it to hunt insects and rodents in the Sahara's cool nights. The narwhal navigates shifting sea ice, its echolocation guiding it to breathing holes and hidden fish. Deep below, the anglerfish's bioluminescent lure glows in the blackness, an irresistible beacon for unsuspecting prey. These intricate webs of survival are shaped by scarcity and adversity. Predator and prey, scavenger and symbiont, each plays a vital role in the fragile balance of their worlds. In the desert, the Arctic, and the crushing depths, nature's ingenuity is boundless. Here, at the edge of the possible, life endures, adapts, and thrives, reminding us that even in the most inhospitable places, the dance of survival never ends. Beneath the surface of every ecosystem, a tangled web of alliances and rivalries quietly shapes the fate of its inhabitants. Here, in the wild's hidden networks, survival is not always a solitary endeavor. Sometimes it's a matter of partnership, and at other times an unending contest between age-old adversaries. In the African savanna, the bond between the oxpecker and the rhinoceros unfolds, a rare alliance built on mutual benefit and subtle tension. The small bird perches atop the rhino's broad back, plucking ticks and parasites from its thick skin. But the relationship is not without complexity. Oxpeckers have been observed pecking at wounds for blood, walking the line between helper and exploiter. Still, the vigilant birds serve as sentinels, sounding alarm calls at the first sign of danger, granting their host an early warning against prowling predators. Deeper in the rainforest canopy, the banded mongoose forms a surprising coalition with the ground hornbill. As the hornbill forages for insects and small reptiles, its activity flushes prey from the undergrowth, which the mongoose quickly seizes. In turn, the hornbill benefits from the mongoose's sharp senses, which detect threats hidden in the foliage. Together they are more successful than either would be alone, a fleeting partnership forged by opportunity. But not all relationships are so harmonious. Along the coral reefs, the moray eel and the reef grouper engage in a rare hunting alliance. The grouper signals the eel with a headshake, inviting it to join a cooperative hunt. The eel slithers into crevices, flushing out prey that the grouper cannot reach, while the grouper ambushes fleeing fish in open water. Their alliance is fleeting, dissolving the moment the hunt ends, as each returns to its solitary path. Rivalries, too, run deep. In the forests of Madagascar, the fossa and the giant kawa vie for dominance. The fossa, a lithe predator, hunts lemurs and birds, including the kawa's eggs and chicks. In response, kawas have developed elaborate nesting strategies and alarm calls, setting off a silent arms race where each adaptation prompts another in turn. On the open ocean, the relationship between dolphins and sharks is one of wary competition. Both target the same schools of fish, leading to frequent standoffs. Dolphins, agile and social, use coordinated maneuvers to outcompete their solitary rivals, driving fish into tight balls while evading the shark's powerful jaws. Yet, when a pod of orcas enters the scene, both dolphins and sharks scatter, reminded that in the wild the balance of power is ever shifting. In Australia's arid interior, the thorny devil lizard and the Australian kestrel demonstrate another form of rivalry. The kestrel hunts insects and small reptiles, but the thorny devil's formidable spines and cryptic coloration often grant it a reprieve. When threatened, it can even channel rainwater along grooves in its skin to its mouth, a unique adaptation that allows it to survive where others fail. These intricate relationships, alliances and rivalries alike, are the invisible threads that hold ecosystems together. They influence population dynamics, drive evolutionary change, and shape the destinies of entire communities. In the wild, cooperation may be fleeting, rivalry eternal, but together they form the living tapestry of life. Here, in the shadows of the world's wild places, the greatest dramas unfold, not in isolation, but in connection. Each alliance, each rivalry, is a vital note in nature's endless symphony, echoing the complex interdependence that binds all living things. Across the globe, the rules of survival are being rewritten, not by tooth or claw, but by the invisible hand of a changing climate. As temperatures rise and weather patterns shift, ancient battlegrounds are transformed, and the very fabric of ecosystems begins to unravel. For the animals that call these places home, Adaptation is no longer a gradual process. It's a race against time. In the Arctic, the polar bear's domain is vanishing beneath its paws. Where once vast sheets of sea ice provided hunting grounds for seals, now only open water stretches for miles. Forced to swim longer distances and expend precious energy, polar bears are locked in a dire contest for survival, their hunts ever more perilous. Meanwhile, the Arctic fox, once well camouflaged on snowy tundra, finds its white coat a liability as the landscape turns to brown and grey, exposing it to both predators and prey. On the African savanna, prolonged droughts parch the earth, shrinking watering holes that once sustained entire herds. Elephants, zebras, and wildebeest are drawn into ever closer proximity, intensifying competition for dwindling resources. Crocodiles, lurking in the last pools, seize on weakened prey, while lion prides are forced to expand their territories, risking conflict with rivals in the struggle to feed their young. In Australia's Great Barrier Reef, warming seas trigger coral bleaching, stripping the vibrant reef of life and shelter. Colourful fish, once protected by the branching coral, are left exposed to predators like the barracuda and the moray eel. The delicate balance between hunter and hunted is upset, sending ripples throughout the food chain. Even in the temperate forests of North America, climate change is redrawing the boundaries between species. As winters shorten, the snowshoe hare's seasonal white coat becomes a glaring beacon against bare ground, making it an easy target for lynx and birds of prey. In response, some hares are evolving to stay brown year-round, while others fall victim to the mismatch, a silent casualty of a world out of sync. These are not isolated tales, but interconnected stories unfolding across every continent. As the climate shifts, so too do the challenges faced by Earth's wild inhabitants. Battles once fought for territory or food are now waged for the very right to exist. In this new era, resilience is tested as never before, and the winners and losers are determined not just by strength or cunning, but by the ability to adapt to an ever-changing world. Nature's great dramas continue, but now the stage itself is shifting beneath the feet of its players, and the outcome is more uncertain than ever. Each year, across continents and oceans, millions of animals embark on epic migrations, ancient odysseys etched into the blueprint of life. From the sun-baked plains of Africa to the icy waters of the Pacific, these journeys are driven by the unyielding rhythms of survival, the search for food, water, and safe haven for the next generation. On the Serengeti, wildebeest gather in vast, restless herds. More than 1 million strong, they thunder across the grasslands, braving swollen rivers teeming with crocodiles and dust-choked air that conceals lurking predators. Each step is a gamble. For every wildebeest that survives the crossing, dozens fall, claimed by jaws, exhaustion, or the relentless sun. Yet the herd presses on, instincts guiding them to distant pastures where rains promise renewal. In the skies above, Arctic terns undertake the longest migration of any animal, traveling from the frozen north to the Antarctic and back again. Their wings slice through storms and headwinds, crossing entire oceans with unwavering determination. Along the way, they dodge predatory gulls and must find fleeting pockets of food on the open sea. Their reward, an endless summer, 2 poles of abundance. Beneath the waves, humpback whales chart invisible highways, singing as they travel thousands of miles from tropical breeding grounds to polar feeding zones. Calves stay close to their mothers, shadowed by the threat of orcas and the challenge of finding enough food to fuel their journey. Each migration is a test of endurance, a bridge between distant worlds. On foot, in air and through water, countless species, from tiny monarch butterflies to mighty caribou, face unthinkable obstacles, treacherous terrain, shifting weather, and the ever-present risk of starvation or predation. Migrations are fraught with peril, but they are also a testament to nature's resilience. Every successful arrival is a victory, a promise that life's great journeys will continue for another season. Yet, as landscapes change and barriers rise, these ancient roots grow more dangerous. Rivers dry up, forests shrink, and new predators lie in wait. Still, the migrations endure, epic stories of courage, instinct, and hope written across the face of the wild. Beneath the surface, in the endless blue, a different kind of battle rages, one hidden from the sun, where survival hinges on innovation and adaptation. Here in the world's oceans and rivers, every creature is both hunter and hunted, locked in a silent contest shaped by millions of years of evolution. In coral labyrinths, the octopus reigns as a master of deception. With a flash it shifts color and texture, melting into the seafloor to ambush unwary crabs. Its arms glide with silent precision, probing crevices, while its intelligent eyes calculate every move. But even the octopus must be wary. The lurking moray eel, with jaws like spring-loaded traps, waits for a single misstep. Out in the open water, schools of sardines move as one, a living tapestry of silver, each fish a thread in a tapestry woven for survival. Their synchronized dance confuses predators, dazzling dolphins and sharks alike. But the ocean's hunters are relentless. Dolphins work together, herding the sardines into tight balls, while seabirds plunge from above and sharks strike from below. For a sardine, safety means moving in perfect harmony, trusting in the crowd. On the ocean floor, the mantis shrimp wields one of nature's most formidable weapons, a club that strikes with the speed of a bullet, shattering shells and even glass. Its eyes see a spectrum far beyond human vision, revealing prey invisible to others. Yet, it too must dodge the sudden swoop of predatory fish, or the patient ambush of an octopus. In the twilight zone, where light fades and shadows lengthen, the battle becomes a game of hide and seek. Lanternfish flash bioluminescent signals, luring mates and confusing foes. Siphonophores stretch for meters, their stinging tentacles drifting in the current, an invisible minefield for unwary travelers. These underwater conflicts shape entire ecosystems. The balance between predator and prey keeps coral reefs vibrant, kelp forests thriving, and open oceans teeming with life. When one link falters, when a predator disappears, or a prey population explodes, the entire web shudders and shifts. Underwater, every adaptation is a response to relentless pressure, camouflage, speed, teamwork, and brute force. Each strategy is a testament to the ingenuity of life beneath the waves. Here the battles are never-ending, but every encounter is part of a delicate, ever-evolving balance that sustains the blue heart of our planet.